What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. And yo, we are finally here. Our Dallas Cowboys have kicked off training camp out there in Oxnard. So if you've been waiting for football, it is finally here. So I think I'm going to give you a few options. Y'all want me to start with the bad from today? Or do you want me to start with the good? Actually, I'm going to go with the good. So first out the gate, my guy, Jalen Tolbert, he's already in his bag. Now, granted, they didn't have no pads on. It's just the first day. But remember last year, Jalen Tolbert had a much improved camp, and I feel like Jalen Tolbert is going to take the extra leap. So we talked about him versus Jalen Brooks and Ryan Flournoy. Like, there's going to be some competition for that wide receiver 3 spot whenever CeeDee Lamb returns, right? But I feel like Jalen Tolbert is starting to feel more comfortable at the NFL level, and he was a player who I definitely loved coming out the draft. So hopefully he can stack those days and show improve actually in the preseason and when the lights actually come on. Also, some good news. We only had one player on the PUP list, right? So that's just Trayvon Diggs. So Mozzie Smith is back. You had Luke Schoonmaker, and John Stevens Jr. is already back and continuing where he left off prior to the injury. So I'm excited to have John Stevens back, a dynamic tight end that can do a lot of different things. DeMarvion Overshown is back as well. So we only had one guy in Trayvon Diggs. So from a health standpoint, we're already in good standings. Also, the quarterback position, Dak Prescott he was bagging already. Dak Prescott was already bagging, making big throws, doing what Dak does best, right? So it feels comfortable in his Mike McCarthy offense, which is good. And the good thing about Dak is, since CeeDee Lamb is holding out, he is going to be able to get continuity with a lot of other wide receivers. He hit Brandon Cooks for a bomb as well, so doing a lot of great things. On the defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons, a little outside linebacker. So it seems like there may have been a compromise between Micah Parsons and Coach Zimmer thus far. He played a little bit outside linebacker, play a little bit of edge as well. So it sounds like the plan, and Zim has said this numerous times, is to mix it up a little bit. On the offensive line, now remember my girl Jess came on yesterday and she told y'all to watch something. She told y'all to watch something about Chuma Udoga, and Chuma Udoga was the starting left tackle. So you had Chuma out there, you had Tyler Smith, you had Brock Hoffman starting center, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. So we got to keep our eye on that and see how that rotation is. Now, a lot of people are asking like, yo, Tuck, why isn't Tyler Guyton starting? Why isn't Cooper Beebe starting? Well, you know, just any level of football or any level of sports, you got to earn it. You can't just give it to your rookies. The rookies kind of have to earn it, earn the stars, they'll say in Dallas. But I will say this, in regards to Tyler Guyton, Chuma Udoga he's a veteran, right? So he's a veteran guy. He's been through the league before. He kind of knows it is what it is. Tyler Guyton needs all the important reps, especially converting over from the right side to the left side. So I expect to see an uptick once the pads come on that, yo, Tyler Guyton is going to need those reps, especially if you're wanting him to be your left tackle day one, which I think the Cowboys ultimately do. But we'll see how that translates once we get into this season. Now the bad. If you ever been on vacation, and y'all know I travel a lot, like sometimes there's like timeshares where it's like, okay, you're about to go on to this fancy resort, and they have the pool there and everything, so you're excited to see it. But first, you have to sit down and listen to this long, boring, drawn out presentation. And that's what it felt like today. I was so excited to finally see my Cowboys play some football, but I had to sit through this long, boring, dry presentation first before we can get to enjoy what we really came for. Now, I will say this. Hats off to the Dallas Cowboys media team. Oh my God, y'all. They came out guns blazing. Now, from now on, that is how you drive. That is how y'all drive moving forward. I mean, David Moore, y'all know David Moore always gets the first question, and typically it's like a little loud. You know, Jerry, how does it feel to be back in Oxnard? And, you know, what does it feel to be back in California? It wasn't none of that. David Moore came out the gate and was like, yo, bro, let's talk about this case. Let's talk about this case. You know what I'm saying? Out the gate, very first question, Jerry. And this is the last I'm going to speak. Nah, bro, let's talk about this case you got going on. Then it was like, why isn't CeeDee Lamb being signed yet? What's the hold up there? Why is Dak Prescott not being signed? Then you had Clarence Hill come off the top rope with the elbow. And then you had, Calvin Watkins come up with the uppercut. Then you had Jaden Slater come back with a steel chair. And then you had Nick Harris come back with a sledgehammer. Like, they was kicking the front office ass up there, y'all. It was hilarious. It wasn't a ha-ha kid. Everybody had real questions, and of course, Jerry and Stephen Jones didn't have any real answers. Mike McCarthy's kind of sitting there like a Christmas ornament. Like they even had to say, "Yo, is there any questions for Mike?" Because they got practice here soon. Mike was just sitting there with his shades on, probably halfway asleep. He got asked like 2 questions, right? But Jerry and Stephen Jones, y'all, they got cooked. And Jerry Jones was mumbling, fumbling, stumbling, doing what he typically does, you know what I'm saying, falling asleep, and had some memory loss lapses. But he said something that kind of stuck out.
It's all right there. Let's okay. We all got some things out here in the future, another 2 or 3 years on contracts, all that stuff. Let's all get in here. 0 right now in this. Dak's got his year contract. Let's focus right here. We all got a lot on the line for that playoff game. A lot of it. So you've got to understand a weird way of looking at it a little bit with that time.
Now, to me, doesn't it sound like, and this is me trying to Jerry translate, it sounds like they are going into the season where Dak Prescott knows what's on the line and that it is a 1-year prove-it deal to prove that he can get them to the big game, and they will negotiate next offseason. That's what it sounded like from Jerry, because he was talking about, we all got a lot on the line this year. I want you to focus on this year. I want you to focus on playoffs this year. We don't want to talk about and think about the future. We all got future stuff to worry about. We'll get to that later down the line. I want you to focus on this 1 year in playoffs this year. And I said, oh, damn, right? But then Dak Prescott had his interview, and he says, you know what? I want to be in Dallas. I want to remain a Dallas Cowboy. Typical Dak stuff. But then he said, but there has been other great quarterbacks that had to play for other teams. Ooh. So that's pretty much saying, listen, I want to be a Dallas Cowboy, but if I have to bounce, I will bounce. And that is something new from Dak Prescott. And Dak had, if y'all notice, he had the dad gang hat on. It wasn't the upside Dallas hat on. It wasn't a Cowboy. He had a dad gang hat on. And what does that mean? I am a father now, bro. You will not play with my money. Any fathers watching this channel, listen. When you're young and you're single and you don't have any kids or a family, people kind of play with your money a little bit. It's cool. Soon as you have a mouth to feed, that all goes out the window. Do not take money out my kid's mouth. I am not here to play no games with you. Dak is probably thinking differently now because he has a family. So it kind of was some new sentiments, but also this press conference was demoralizing if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Jerry Jones spoke about season ticket holders and renewals. Like, you guys know I'm a season ticket holder. So what really happens? Last year, Dallas Cowboys, boom, we got home field advantage. The Cowboys got home field advantage. We don't lose at home. So if you bought the playoff ticket package, that means you bought for the wild card game, you bought for the divisional game, and you also bought for a possible NFC championship game, which could have been at home, which a lot of Cowboys fans were thinking that was a possibility the way this season ended. So here's what happens, y'all. If you buy that package, let's say you spend $6,000 on those tickets, right? We lose in the wild card game versus Green Bay. Okay, well, you just get your money back, right? Just get your money back. Okay, no harm, no foul. This is what it is. No. That additional money that you paid then rolls over into next year's season ticket. So you might be out $4,000 already, and that goes towards your deposit. Then what happens? They give you a call pretty much during February and say, hey, this is, I'm around from the ticket office. Do you want to re-up your tickets and repurchase your tickets or renew your tickets? Well, you've already paid $4,000 versus deposit, so you might as well. Then Jerry Jones has his back to the wall and says, we're going all in, so you go, right? So let's not act like Cowboys fans have been so enthusiastic. Let's not front. Cowboys fans are not enthusiastic about this season. That's why y'all keep turning the comments off on the YouTube page and saying it was a mistake. You turn it off at every press conference, bro. Like, we're all right. But don't sit up there and act like Cowboys fans are all sunshine and rainbows. I talk to thousands of y'all a day. I know that's not the case, but for him to go up there and say, when we go to these NFL meetings and they say the Dallas Cowboys are #1 in ticket sales, like, there's other ways that we win. There's other ways that we win. But those other ways that you win, Jerry and Stephen Jones, we don't win. We don't win that. Those ticket sales and those trophies and everyone, all the billionaires stand up and clap at the podium. The Dallas Cowboys are #1 in ticket sales and season ticket renews. We don't win. That's a loss on our end, right? We want victory on the field. And as of right now, the Dallas Cowboys have done nada to show that that is what they care about. I mean, sure, we got the Pro Bowlers, right? Because he got some alternate guys that made the Pro Bowl. He got some all-pros. Okay, big whoop. Congratulations. But putting together a competitive roster that cannot compete and be a 10-win team, 11-win team, or 12-win team, right? But a competitive roster that can compete for a Super Bowl is completely different. I think a lot of Cowboys fans agree that is not what we're currently building in Dallas. So that's why the press conference, for me, it was a rib punch. I was just like, God, because it's not their focus. If they win here, they win with the brand, they win with the endorsements, they win with the ratings, they're still going to take that W, and everything else becomes secondary. So it's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know camp is going on, but next week we dropping draft content. We are dropping draft content next week. I don't give a damn, y'all. It just is what it is, and that's just how I feel. So you definitely do not want to miss out. I want everyone to stay safe. I want everyone to stay blessed, stay encouraged, and don't let Jerry and Stephen Jones lie to y'all this offseason. We smarter than that. Peace.